did you do that? What was it all for? You choose to be nothing!
This guy stinks!
Yeah, God of War was a great game. We already knew that though. God of War was better than Elden Ring. We already knew that.
The fuck you say?
The only problem I have is that Odin is not a competent protagonist. Wait, what? I meant he's not a competent antagonist. This nigga sucks.
And I can assure you, I'm not no trolling motherfucker. I'm not just saying shit that I don't actually believe. I genuinely think that out of all of the villains and antagonists we've had so far in God of War, not just God of War Ragnarok, God of War, I think Odin was the most let down out of all of them, if we consider who Odin really is. Now, don't get me wrong. Odin's portrayal was top-notch, S-tier. The casting was brilliant. I really like his personality. I like what he talks about, but I feel like as a villain, he's not much of a threat to me. Like, he's not even intimidating enough. The only actual time I felt the presence of a god on the screen is when he pulled up to their house.
Brother. Oh my god.
My first thoughts when I saw Odin on the screen, I was thinking, oh, this is a different type of guy. He different from Zeus. He don't need to flaunt all of his power. He don't need to flex nothing. He's just gonna show you if you try to step over a motherfucker. He is literally the Walter White / Gus Fring archetype. But the difference between the two characters in Breaking Bad and Odin is that, one, the two characters from Breaking Bad actually have intelligence feats. They give you a reason to be scared of them. They give you a reason that they are a threat to the story. This nigga Odin is not as smart as he is hyped up to be, and he walks around with literally no plan. I really think this nigga was just running around with no plan, bro. He's supposed to be the all-father with all of this knowledge. With thousands of years of experience, he couldn't come up with no type of prep time plan to deal with Kratos and the freedom fighters. Like, we literally know from Atreus' age alone in this game that it's been a couple years since 2018 when they first pulled up and was actually making a name for themselves. So what the fuck was you doing that whole time? You telling me it took you like 4 years to come up with a plan like, hey man, let's be friends, man. I don't know. Like, huh? What? It's kind of rough how all of the sinister things and crazy things that Odin has done in his lifetime, we never actually get to see on screen. We only hear about it through really 2018, really, through all of Mimir's stories. Don't get me wrong, Mimir's stories are fire, but like, based on Ragnarok alone, he does not live up to all the stories that have been hyping his ass up this whole time. Like, when Zeus saw Kratos as a threat, he just killed him. Even though that didn't work, he just killed him. And we know based on the dialogue that Odin thinks Thor is capable of killing Kratos. So if you thought that Thor was stronger than Kratos the whole time, why didn't, when y'all pulled up to his house and then he said no, why don't you just tell him to kill Kratos and then just take Atreus and be like, look man, I killed your daddy, and if you don't work with me and fix this mess up, I'm killing your dumb ass too. I mean, that would have been a way better plan than whatever the fuck that was in the game. Like, it's not like the people you were going against, mainly Kratos and Freya, had a master, genius, Light Yagami level plan. All they did was run up in Asgard and kill you. That's literally all they did. There was no complexity or intelligence to it. It was just two sides running against each other. I feel like someone with a reputation of seeker of knowledge and having master plans for all these type of things, who was calling his own son dumb and compared to him, I feel like he could have easily played everybody like chess pieces, but he just failed to do that. It was just stupid. In my opinion, Odin is just wasted potential as a final antagonist for this final Norse saga. I really hate that he couldn't even last one game. I wish it was more games for the Norse saga and stuff so we can build him more up for that final boss battle, which just felt rushed to me. It just felt rushed. I'm sorry, but in my humble opinion, I don't want to be one of those people that are overcritical, because don't get me wrong, I love this game, but the final boss fight with Odin was just very underwhelming to me. His moves are okay, but this is not very memorable in my opinion. I mean, I was a little hyped while playing it in the moment, but in retrospect, I'm thinking like, this is Odin? That's it? Just some Dumbledore ass nigga? Like, come on, bro. Like, this does not compare to the Zeus fight. It doesn't compare to the Thor fights, both of them, it doesn't even compare to the Baldur fights. Now let's talk about that Tyr situation, bro. Do not get me started, because this was supposed to be Odin's other master plan, like a spy in the darkness that nobody would expect. Don't get me started on how retarded this was. Like when he finally got the upper hand for that big betrayal reveal, like, oh, it wasn't Tyr the whole time, it was actually Odin. When he finally had the upper hand on these fools, he just fucked it up. That's how garbage he is.
Oh! Go get him! This nigga is so trash!
In summary, bro, Odin had me at the first half, and he failed the fuck off at the last half. My favorite scene from him is when he was talking about the knowledge and stuff, and how there's no Valhalla for him when he dies, so he wants to see the knowledge of where everything and everyone comes from. But that was never expanded upon in the game. Like, Atreus just breaks the mask and whatever, so he turns into a crybaby and shit. And I genuinely believe they didn't even need Kratos to kill this man, or maybe they did, but the game just made a hard time for me to believe it, because this is supposed to be the king and he's just stupid. He's just retarded. I mean, he doesn't even do anything impactful to the characters that really makes me remember him. Like, he kills Brock, but nobody cares about Brock.
The direction. Can we get on the side of the Brock?
We can get a moment of silence for Brock.
Yeah, fuck that nigga. That nigga dead as a bitch. Ain't no moment of silence. That little totally ass nigga, that Smurf looking ass nigga, hell no, he a moron ass nigga. He's a bitch too. I spit on that nigga grave. Fuck your homie dead. Fuck your homie. Nigga, fuck that nigga. Nigga,